Hi everyone, and welcome to English for You. I'm Erin.
Hi everyone, I'm Emma.
Are you good at art, Emma?
That depends. What kind of art are we talking about?
Well, anything really. Do you play music, or do you paint, or write poetry or stories?
Oh, then I played piano and violin when I was little, but it's been a while. Now I often sing to my baby daughter. She loves it. What about you?
Not really, I guess. I played music when I was young, but I was never really very good. And I also liked to write poetry when I was young, but I wasn't very good at that either.
There's nothing wrong with that. Do you enjoy art as an adult, though?
Yes, very much. One of my favorite things to do on a day off is spend time in an art gallery.
That does sound nice. You know, Taipei has lots of nice art galleries and museums.
You're right. In fact, the article we're talking about today is all about one of those special places. In fact, let's get to it right now.
Reading. Musée d'Orsay's famous works come to Taiwan. Taipei is celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Musée d'Orsay, one of France's famous art museums. The city's National Palace Museum is holding an exhibition that shows the rich history of France during the 19th century. For the event, visitors to the museum can view select masterpieces from Paris's Musée d'Orsay. Valuable pieces from the Romantic and Classical periods to the Impressionism movement will be on display. The exhibition, which opened at the start of April, will stay open until July 2017. The Musée d'Orsay, built between 1898 and 1900, is home to many historically important works of art. Its walls are covered with countless paintings, drawings, photographs, and other beautiful artworks created between 1848 and 1914. In the museum's halls, visitors can see beautiful sculptures from the same time period. It's no wonder art lovers in Taiwan are excited to get a taste of the museum's look at the past.
Today's article begins by saying, Taipei is celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Musée d'Orsay, one of France's famous art museums. Now we're going to start right away with today's first vocabulary word, the verb celebrate. It's spelled C-E-L-E-B-R-A-T-E, celebrate. When you celebrate, you show that something or someone is special by having a party or doing something else that's fun. For example, we could say, let's throw a surprise party to celebrate Annie's birthday.
Celebrate 是庆祝的意思，那它的名词是 celebration, C-E-L-E-B-R-A-T-I-O-N, celebration. 刚才 Erin 老师说的句子是说，让我们举办一个 party 来庆祝 Annie 的生日吧。Let's throw a surprise party to celebrate Annie's birthday.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Now, there are lots of different things you can celebrate, including anniversaries.
Yeah, anniversary 是一年一次的纪念日，所以课文说 the 30th anniversary of the Musée d'Orsay 就是奥赛美术馆的30周年纪念。
So this museum, which is called Musée d'Orsay in French, has been open for 30 years. How is Taipei celebrating this anniversary, though? The article says, the city's National Palace Museum is holding an exhibition that shows the rich history of France during the 19th century. So, Taipei's National Palace Museum is holding an exhibition. Exhibition is a noun, and it's spelled E-X-H-I-B-I-T-I-O-N, exhibition. An exhibition is when pieces of art or other kinds of objects are shown to people in a public place. For example, we might say, there's an exhibition of antique toys at the museum. Do you want to go see it?Yeah,
sure, let's go. I'm just kidding. Okay, exhibition 是展览会。注意哦，这里的 H 是不发音的，它念 exhibition。那它的动词呢是 exhibit，exhibit， exhibit， 展示的意思。H 一样不发音。
Okay, so we won't see any old toys in this exhibition.This exhibition shows the rich history of France during the 19th century. This word, century, is a noun, and it's spelled C-E-N-T-U-R-Y, century. A century is a period of 100 years. We started counting centuries over 2,000 years ago.Here, we were talking about the 19th century. That includes the years 1801 to 1900. In an example sentence, we could use century like this. Edgar was born in the 21st century, so he's never lived in a world without computers.I
can't imagine that either. Right?
It's quite strange.
Okay, a century 是一个世纪，也就是100年。那西历呢，用耶稣出生的第一年，出生的那一年为西元元年。英文里面第几世纪要用序数，就标示顺序的那个序数来表达。所以19世纪是 19th century， 21世纪是 21st century.Okay,
so something special is going to happen at the National Palace Museum. The article tells us, for the event, visitors to the museum can view select masterpieces from Paris's Musée d'Orsay.
OK, 这边的 select 是形容词，表示经过挑选的，不是动词选择的意思。
Now, the sentence used that adjective select in front of the word masterpiece. This seems like a special word.
It is. Masterpiece 是 master 大师和 piece 作品这两个字合在一起形成的，意思就是大师级的作品。那通常这样的作品呢是稀有又难得，所以那另外艺术作品我们也可以简单讲成是 work。譬如说，我很喜欢你的作品，就可以说 I really like your works。那我们也可以精确一点说 work of art， 或是把两个字连在一起讲 artwork。Oh,
I see. Some of the works of art that hang in the Musée d'Orsay are in Taiwan now.
Yes, and these artworks have been in the special exhibition since April.
Cool. Now, in fact, the article tells us more about these artworks. It says, valuable pieces from the Romantic and Classical periods to the Impressionism movement will be on display.Now, there's a lot to go over in that sentence. Let's start with the adjective valuable, which is spelled V-A-L-U-A-B-L-E, valuable. Here, valuable means that something is worth a lot of money or it's very expensive. For example, the rich woman keeps her most valuable jewelry locked in a safe.Valuable 是有价值的、珍贵的。这个字呢，从名词 value V-A-L-U-E value 价值这个字来的。那尾巴再加上 A-B-L-E 字尾，就变成 valuable 有价值的。那 Aaron 老师刚才说的例句 The rich woman keeps her most valuable jewelry locked in a safe 是说这位富有的女性把她最珍贵的珠宝锁在保险箱里。这里 safe S-A-F-E safe 指的是保险箱。 Now, we saw the word valuable describing the noun piece here. I think piece has a different meaning in this sentence, right?
Of course, piece 有很多意思。那在课文里面，它的意思是一件艺术作品。但是当单位量词的时候呢，它意思也很多哟，像是 a piece of paper 一张纸 ，a piece of cake 一块蛋糕等等。
Okay, so we're using piece to say artwork, a piece of artwork like this. But we're just using the word piece.
Right.
Okay, so the article said pieces from the Romantic and Classical periods and the Impressionism movement. Now, I know what all those mean, but they're quite difficult to explain in English, so maybe you can help, Emma.
Okay, but it's also difficult to define them for me in Chinese.
Uh-oh.
But I'll try my best.
Okay.
西方艺术史和艺术思潮很复杂，那每个都有不同的名称。但是课文这边的 classical period 指的是绘画创作上的古典学院派的风格。那虽然 period 指的是时期的意思，但是我们这边先以风格来讲。那另外呢Romantic period 这边呢，字面上是浪漫时期，但是这边应该就指的是浪漫主义的这个风格。那另外呢 Impressionism 就是印象派咯。
Okay, well, thank you very much for that. So all of these beautiful pieces of art are going to be on display. This phrase, on display, means that something is being shown in a public place so that many people can see it. For example, we could say, Larry's photographs will be on display at the art gallery for 3 months.On
display 是展览中 ，something is on display 表示某样东西正在被展览当中。
Okay, here's some good news. For those of you who want to see these works of art, the article says the exhibition, which opened at the start of April, will stay open until July 2017.So
we still have a chance to check it out.
That's right. Now let's learn a bit more about the Musée d'Orsay, though. The article tells us the Musée d'Orsay, built between 1898 and 1900, is home to many historically important works of art. Now we saw the phrase be home to in that sentence.Be home to shows that something is located or stays in a certain place. For example, Taipei is home to one of the world's tallest buildings, Taipei 101.
A is home to B, 表示 A 是 B 的家。刚才 Aaron 老师的句子 Taipei is home to one of the world's tallest buildings, Taipei 101 就是台北市是世界著名高楼之一的台北101的家或是所在地。
Okay, now we also saw today's 5th vocabulary word in that sentence. Historically is an adverb, and it's spelled Historically, historically. Now, we use historically in a way that shows something is connected to people, events, or places in the past. For example, the discovery of bacteria is a historically significant event.
副词 historically 是在历史上的意思。从形容词 historical H-I-S-T-O-R-I-C-A-L historical 去掉 ly 字尾呢，就会变成与历史有关的这个形容词，所以 historically 是它的副词。
So many of these paintings are important parts of history or show important parts of history in them.
Yes, they are important to human being. 课文说 historically important works of art 表示在历史意义上很重要的艺术作品。
In fact, the Musée d'Orsay has lots of these pieces. The article tells us its walls are covered with countless paintings, drawings, photographs, and other beautiful artworks created between 1848 and 1914. First in that sentence, we saw the phrase be covered with, which means that a surface has something on it or covering it. Here, pieces of art are covering the walls. Another example could be, the whiteboard was covered with the teacher's notes, and the students copied them into their notebooks.
Be covered with something 是被某样东西覆盖在表面上，虽然也是被动语态，但这边我们用 with something， 不用 by something.
Now, when we talked about the things the walls are covered with, we saw today's last vocabulary word, the noun photograph, spelled P-H-O-T-O-G-R-A-P-H. A photograph is a picture that's taken using a camera. For example, I have an old photograph of my grandmother from when she was just a young girl.
Photograph 是相片，那现在口语上呢，习惯把它简称为 photo, P-H-O-T-O. 那 my photograph 就可以说 my photo.Now,
photograph is interesting because it has the letters PH both at the beginning and end.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm. And those, when we say PH together, are pronounced like F with an F sound.
Right, that's true.
Mm-hmm. So, paintings, drawings, and photographs aren't the only artworks you'll see in the Musée d'Orsay, though. The article also tells us,In the museum's halls, visitors can see beautiful sculptures from the same time period.
Sculpture 是雕塑作品，从动词 sculpt, S-C-U-L-P-T, sculpt, 雕刻这个字来的。
Now, there's so much to see there. I imagine everything is beautiful, too. In fact, that's why the article says,It's no wonder art lovers in Taiwan are excited to get a taste of the museum's look at the past. Now let's check out this phrase, no wonder. We often use this phrase to show that we are not surprised by something. For example, no wonder you're tired. You haven't had anything to eat since this morning.No
wonder 是难怪的意思，要表达难怪点点点的时候，可以说 It's no wonder that 点点点。那这边的连接词 that 也可以省略，可以说成 No wonder 点点点。
So it's no surprise that people who love art are excited to get a taste of these amazing artworks from the past.Now, we're going to leave you here for a few minutes to find out more about the phrase, get a taste of something, which is today's shortcut for you. Join us again here soon for For You Chat.
Shortcut for you.Hey, did you try out for the play today?
I did.
Well, why are you just sitting in your pajamas eating ice cream?
Because it went terribly. I'm trying to cheer up. For once, I just want to get a taste of what it's like to be a famous actress.
Wait, did the ice cream go bad? It should just taste like strawberry.I'm
not talking about a flavor. To get a taste of something means to have a short experience of something you're not used to.
Okay, so to get a taste of something means 体验点点点浅尝.
That's right. As far as the acting goes, I just don't know what I should do.
You know, I could give you some tips.I had a taste of what it was like to act in front of an audience before.
What? When?
Well, in a school play when I was 5. But still, everyone said I was very skilled. For You Chat
Okay, so our For You Chat question today is all about museums. The question is, what kind of museum is the most interesting to you and why?
Well, what about you? I want to hear your answer first.
Okay, well, I like all kinds of museums. When I was younger, I liked science museums the most because these kinds of museums often have different kind of things that are interesting for kids to use that help them learn more about things in science that are kind of hard. So I know that the Science Museum in Kaohsiung has things that show you how snow is made, kinds of things like this, how sort of gravity works, how electricity works, which are fun for not only kids but also adults.
Right, and kids get to touch something, right?
Yes, it's all about touch and feel. So they usually have more things that show by touch or feel or sense or these kinds of different senses that make them more interesting, I think.
Right, that's true. Yeah, because normally in like an art museum, you can't touch anything.
Right. You just get to look at them.
Right.
But now as an adult, those are kind of my favorite kind of museums. I like going to art museums, learning about history, I guess.
Yeah, me too. Like, I really enjoy going to an art museum or an art gallery.
Right.
That we can like spend a whole afternoon there. Right?
Yeah. All right. Well, what about you guys? Do you guys like museums? Which one is the most interesting to you? You can talk about this with your classmates or your friends, but for today, that's all the time Emma and I have time for. So, for English for You, bye-bye.
Bye.
Musée d'Orsay's famous works come to Taiwan. Taipei is celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Musée d'Orsay, one of France's famous art museums. The city's National Palace Museum is holding an exhibition that shows the rich history of France during the 19th century. For the event, visitors to the museum can view select masterpieces from Paris's Musée d'Orsay. Valuable pieces from the Romantic and Classical periods to the Impressionism movement will be on display. The exhibition, which opened at the start of April, will stay open until July 2017. The Musée d'Orsay, built between 1898 and 1900, is home to many historically important works of art. Its walls are covered with countless paintings, drawings, photographs, and other beautiful artworks created between 1848 and 1914. In the museum's halls, visitors can see beautiful sculptures from the same time period. It's no wonder art lovers in Taiwan are excited to get a taste of the museum's look at the past.
Vocabulary Review.
Celebrate. On July 4th, the U.S. celebrates its birthday as a country. Exhibition. The art exhibition featured the painter's most recent works. Century. A century ago, in 1917, Europe was fighting World War I. Valuable. If you don't get started on your work soon, you'll lose valuable time. Historically. Historically, Venice was one of the leading trading and military powers in Europe. Photograph. One of the most famous photographs of all time shows the first person who landed on the moon.